Taylor Hodges here for Mississippi State on SI, and got some good news for everyone. I won't be having to lead a riot because Chris Jones will almost certainly be included in the NFL Top 100 Players list, the final 10, which will be announced at 7 p.m. Friday night on NFL Network. So far they've released all but the top 10 players on the list, and Chris Jones hasn't shown up on the list, and considering that he was number 10 last year and arguably had just as good of a season, if not better, on his way to winning a third Super Bowl championship, second in a row, he could very well likely end up higher than number 10. But we'll have to wait to see Friday night. But Mississippi State fans did get to see one of their own in the latest batch of reveals yesterday, or today, but yesterday. Anyways, that probably doesn't matter to you. Moving on. So former Bulldog and current Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was ranked 16th in this year's list. He fell in one spot behind Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, also the former University of Alabama and Oklahoma quarterback, and Dak was one spot ahead of fellow Cowboy Michael Parsons. So Dak Prescott getting on the list gives Mississippi State three former players, Prescott joining Montez Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons as the other two. This is a great thing for Mississippi State and its fans. It's a list voted on by the players, so there is some credibility given to this list, more than, say, if I was to just or any other media person makes a list of 100 players. So it's cool that Mississippi State's getting some guys on this list, and it'll help it with recruiting and just kind of building up the program. I'm sure Jeff Lebby will most certainly be including this in some of his recruiting pitches in the upcoming months. But there is something very, very comical about this that I just had to talk about. Like, this is a Mississippi State website, podcast, whatever, video. So we don't really delve too much into the NFL. But this is perhaps the funniest thing about all of this is that Dak, Michael Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb came in at number 13. Don't know if I mentioned that part. So that gives the Cowboys 3 in the top 20 of this list. All three of those players, in some form or another, are in contract negotiations with the Cowboys. Now, like I said, we're not an NFL site, so I won't try and get into the nitty-gritty details of the contract talks, but the basics are that Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb are nearing the end of their rookie contracts, and Dak is in the final year of a 4-year, $160 million contract that includes a no-trade clause and a no-tag clause, so he can't be franchise tagged or any other tag. What's the other tag? The transition tag. So without a new contract before the end of the season, Dak Prescott will be an unrestricted free agent, which, as Mississippi State website and, I'm sure Mississippi State fans, it's kind of exciting, you don't really see a quarterback of Dak's talent end up on the free market. And, frankly, just as a fan of football, I'd love to see it happen, see what happens, see what team he signs with, what are the other offers. But anyways, we got a ways to go to get there. We got a whole football season, and I'm guessing that the inclusion on the NFL Top 100 list won't have much sway over Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones or whoever is doing the contract negotiations for the Cowboys. But, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys aren't able to keep all three of the league's top 20 best players. And that's the part that I find funny about it. It's the Cowboys, and they have 3 of the top 20 players, and it's most likely they're not going to be able to keep them. But don't be fooled; it can be done. Kansas City is about to have 3 of the top 10 players in the league once the final part of this list is revealed on Friday night. So why couldn't the Cowboys do it? I'll leave you to your own guesses. Again, not an NFL site. We won't get into that type of stuff. But definitely, Mississippi State fans will be excited to see Chris Jones make the top 10 of the NFL's top 100 best players. And that will be Friday night at 7 p.m. on NFL Network. But that's going to be it for today's Just a Bulldog Minute. I'll be back next week for some more Just a Bulldog Minutes, and who knows, maybe later on this week, because today, as you're watching this, when this publishes, Mississippi State will be starting its fall practice, or summer practices, technically, for a fall season. I mean, it's still hot, y'all, so... it's definitely summertime, but we're less than a month away from the start of the college football season, and it's, an exciting time of the year. So, again, that's it for today. I'll see y'all next time.